what I'm trying to do is really make the cuticle look like it's almost growing out of the nail, not having a huge ledge. So what I'm doing here is I'm placing the bead down at the cuticle. I'm then creating an extremely small barrier in between the very point of my brush and the acrylic. What that's doing is ensuring that my acrylic is not flooding and going into the cuticle, because let's face it, that's going to lift, and also creating a nice seamless line. Now once again, watch the angle of my brush as I show you this. I'm going to go up soon, place it down, I'm going to lift my brush up, and I'm always going to have the very tip, so you can see here I'm pointing, the very tip of the brush. So I'm pressing, putting the point of my brush in between the acrylic and the nail plate, and then I'm almost just using my wrist to gently nudge back. I'm just gently flattening the acrylic at the cuticle, but almost pulling it down. This ensures that the whole horseshoe area around the nail, the side walls and the cuticle is going to be seamlessly coming down, and also I'm nudging it away from flooding near your skin. Two things it's good for: it gives a really nice effect, it makes your nails look natural and not thick, but also it stops the acrylic from flooding into your cuticles. And because let's face it, once this dries, you may as well just soak it off, and you would never let them leave with acrylic touching their skin, because it's going to lift straight away. My whole point of the videos is to make sure you guys are getting repeat clients and your nails are lasting. And honestly, I wish I had known this so many years ago, but it's been a lot of trial and error. So if you feel like you have gotten a little bit on the cuticle area, use the tip of your brush almost like a paintbrush and just wipe it out. While you're still trying to learn your product consistency, this can happen, but it's easy to fix. Always fix it before it starts to set. The thing with acrylic is you do have to work fairly fast. And once again, it is tricky, because if you work too quick, it's not going to be workable. It's going to be all squishy like a big blob, go over your nail, stick to your brush. If you work too slow, all of a sudden it's just going to dry into a rock and you haven't placed the acrylic where you need to. Now see here where I've just started to press in and push my acrylic up. A lot of students tend to try and push their acrylic up, and they're pushing it into the cuticle. Now if that dries, honestly, you are going to cut your clients to pieces trying to file that off. Think about every move. Do every move with a purpose. Why am I placing this down? I'm putting this down to seal around the cuticle, to have a nail look like it's growing out of the cuticle, going up to a nice shapely apex, and then back down to credit card thickness for the tip.